Gentlemen, start your engine.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back again here on a Sunday night. We are live from Dover International Speedway, and tonight these drivers are going to be taking on the Monster Mile for 240 laps. Joining me, as always, is Terry Foster. And Terry, how you doing tonight?
Dover, Delaware, like you just said, 240 laps on this Monster Mile track. Sam, first off, we don't have just have a fuel run of 35 or 40. Track air right now is 88 degrees, air temperature 78. So these guys got a heck of a race in front of them for 240 laps.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild one. And the thing is, Terry, again, straight up, no stage cautions here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 240 laps straight up. And I tell you what, you've raced here before, Terry. It is going to take a toll on these drivers.
You know, in real life, these real drivers actually do lose weight when it's hot here. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, when you're sitting in a rig with a VR on or even with a screen around you, you literally do sweat. And these guys will be sweating at the end of the night, and their arms may be hurting from turning these tight left turns.
Well, as always, the top times are at the top of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. About a minute and a half left in practice here. Jamie Walker currently top of the board with a 23.26, but last week's winner, Cody Gibson, right behind him, also matching that time.
Yeah, one thing I'm impressed with is Derek Paulson in that 6 car. He's the only one on track that's done over 100 practice laps. Everybody else is in the 50s. There is a couple 60s. 1 or 2 70s, but Derek Paulson, 101 laps tonight in that 6 car. Sam, what do you think? He's wanting this win tonight?
You know, we've seen him run well here in the past before, so I don't know. Maybe someone we're going to have to keep an eye on is Derek Paulson in that MFRD Mustang. Getting word from race control right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to head down trackside and start pre-race ceremony. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. And Terry, we are into qualifying. 10 minutes.
10 minutes, 2 laps around this 1 mile track. They're going to go quick, Sam.
They're going to go quick right now. We're taking a look at the number 22 of Brad Collins. He is out of Speed Mafia. Gonna head and cross line, take the green flag. A lot of drivers out on track. As you see, times are gonna start coming in. Dave Seats being one of the first, along with Cody Gibson, who goes top of the board now with a 23.50.
Cody Gibson in that 7 car, like you just said, he was one of the fastest ones in practice, and he never left nothing out there that he can't do now. Here he is in that 7 car, top of the board.
Brad Collins goes across the line for his first lap here at 23.78. We're going to see if he improves on his second lap. Joshua Rutherford jumps up to second fastest. Chris Carroll now bumps him down to third as Mike Hamlin goes fourth fastest. And a bunch of times coming in all at once here, Terry.
Yeah, I saw him, Brad Collins, as you was talking about it. I'm glad to see that 22 up there right now. He's showing in the top 10 in 8th place as he keeps getting bumped down.
Like Corey Sherman's coming out on track to start his qualifying run. You see the time still coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, it's Cody Gibson top of the board with a 23.49. So times have slowed down just a little bit since practice, Terry. Track's starting to heat up just a little bit, and the sun's out there baking it.
Yeah, this thing's gonna get hot. See track temp right now showing at 103, air temperature 82 degrees. So yeah, this thing's gonna get hot.
Corey Sherman hitting the wall a little bit there, it looked like. Oh, Dalton Kilrow, quick time, 23.47 for Dalton Kilrow. He finishes up his qualifying run.
Dalton Kilrow, MFRD design car in that 41. Dakota Todd now at the top of the board in that 63 car.
Still only a 23.43 though, Terry. Nobody been able to crack the threes here yet. Corey Sherman across the line here. He's going to go fifth fastest at 23.56.
Driver week.
Go ahead, Terry. I think we're going to talk about the same person there.
Landon Huffman?
Yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah, so we ain't seen Landon a lot here on the track lately. He's in that 28 car we're showing, currently second place. He brings her down pit lane. Sam, we still got a handful that has not qualified yet, and some of the big hitters, Mark Arthur, Derek Paulson, Steven Johnson, Ty Morosco, Jamie Walker.
Well, as you say that, Terry, Jamie Walker brings it out on track right now. He's coming to get the green flag, so we're going to see where he rounds out in qualifying here. We got 6 minutes left to go on the clock, Terry, and you by chance have points. How are we looking on points after last week?
Sam, right now on our points, Jamie Walker is our points leader. We got Cody Gibson right behind him, Dalton Kilrow. Those are your top 3. Then we got Stephen T. Johnson, has not won a race, but in 4th. And Chris Carroll will round out our top 5. He has won a race. So Stephen T. Johnson is the only one out of the top 5 that has not won a race yet this season, but sitting in 4th place.
Well, I tell you what, though, Steven Johnson, you know, he may not have gotten a win yet, but he has definitely been in contention so far this season. He's been up there a few times, just hasn't been able to lock one in yet. But I think we're going to see that number 11 car in victory lane sometime this year.
Oh, absolutely, Sam. We're 7 races into this season, and I think you put the poll out there. We're going to see a first-time winner tonight. I believe we will, and it might be Steven Johnson.
Well, Jamie Walker finishes up his qualifying run. It's good enough for 5th position at 23.52 for the number 88 of Jamie Walker.
Jamie Walker, last season's fastest driver, he had a fast lap of a 23.302, Sam, and that was close to the end of the race. I think, who else we got? Donald Bennett, Brian Dees, Mark Arthur, Steven Johnson, Michael Bumgarner, Derek Paulson, Tom Roscoe yet has to take a lap.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, Terry, if you want those biggest mover points, you're gonna have to get out there and set actual, at least an attempt at a qualifying run.
Well, Tom Roscoe's sitting in his car right there at the line, and he's just not ready to fire that car off yet, Sam.
Maybe he's hoping for a cloud.
That's, you know what? That's very true. Cool off that track in the turns, maybe. So, Sam, while we're at it, let's do our picks.
That's a great question. Let me take a look down through the charts right now. Who's your pick tonight, Terry? I know you told me you already got your pick.
Yeah, I am going to pull out the 12 car tonight, Mark Arthur. Mark Arthur actually finished second here last season. The guy that won is not in the league anymore, so I'm going to go with the guy that finished second. It's Tom Roscoe starting his laps.
Well, he was a driver who has yet to go out and qualify, but we've seen him do that a couple of times so far this year, and you mentioned it. We put the poll out there. Will there be a first-time winner tonight? I tell you what, I'm going with the 11 of Steven Johnson.
Stephen T. Johnson, there you go.
Only about 3 minutes left to go here, Terry. We got a pretty big field here tonight, too. I believe it's upwards of 35, 36 drivers.
Well, if I'm counting correctly, it says 38, but I don't know how that's doing that, but yeah, it's showing 38 and 37. I know we don't have that many in there. Well, actually, you know what, Sam? We do. We have 38 drivers showed up tonight.
2.5 minutes left to go in qualifying, though, here, Terry. And Mark Arthur went out and did a couple of laps. He was good enough to put it 8th on the board, 23.52. Same with Derek Paulson and Ty Morosco. So I tell you what, these guys were probably waiting for the track to cool down just a little bit.
I happen to miss it. 97, Michael Baumgartner. He is up there in second place. Landon Huffman down at third now. As Dalton Kilroe is still showing in fourth. And Cody Gibson rounds out our top 5 at the moment.
Well, how about Brian Dees? He's going out really late here. Only under 2 minutes to go here in qualifying. And we saw Brian Dees be up on the charts there in practice. I believe he was up inside the top 5. So curious to see where the number 17 is going to land on the board here tonight.
Yeah, under 2 minutes left in qualifying here, but Dees only needs about 50 seconds of that, so to get these 2 laps in.
So goes 9th quickest. Looks like that was him finishing up his qualifying run. So 23.56 for the number 17 of Brian Dees. Going to be sitting 9th right now on the board.
So Sam, these guys come out as late as they did. Were they waiting on that cloud to cover the track somewhere?
They might have been, Terry, because my pick right now, Steven Johnson, he's out on track with a minute to go, and he's on lap 1 right now. So we're going to see where the number 11 stacks up on the pylon here tonight.
He's going to have to get that Lowe's 11 car hauling around his track.
Lap 1, 34th position right now, 24.35. Will he improve on lap 2?
It looks like you got a little loose coming off there, off of turn 4.
A little loose out of turn 4, was not able to improve. So Steven Johnson is going to be starting on in 34th, it looks like, as qualifying wraps up here, Terry. Interesting front row. Couple of drivers we've seen up near the front a couple of times, but not starting up on the pole.
Yeah, so Sam, you already picked Steven Johnson. Now, last time we was here, we had 10 cautions for 41 laps. It's not going to take a whole lot. Let's hope we don't see that many. But if we do, man, this field is going to change around so much.
That was the thing that they were talking about on Track Talk earlier in the day, Terry, is lead changes. And everybody's pretty much convinced that there's going to be a lot of them here tonight at Dover. But with that being said, it's time for us to start getting through that grid, Terry, because we got a lot of them. And Dakota Todd is going to be starting on the pole here this evening with Michael Bumgardner starting in second. Landon Huffman's going to be rolling off in third with Dalton Kilrose starting in fourth. Cody Gibson is going to be starting in fifth with Jamie Walker to his outside in sixth. Andy Poliski is going to be starting in seventh with Mark Arthur starting in eighth. Brian Dees is going to be starting in ninth position with Corey Sherman to his outside in 10th. Chris Carroll is going to be rolling off in 11th with Tanner Mars starting in 12th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin is going to be starting in 13th with Brian Zimmerman to his outside in 14th. Joshua Rutherford is going to be starting in 15th position with Joe Alberico starting in 16th. Paul Ellison rolls off in P17 with Samuel Lawson, the governor, starting in 18th. Terry?
Philip Van Vliet in that 89, starting 19th, 20th of Michael Hammond in that 23. 21st is the 6th of Derek Carlson. 44 of Bockover starting 22nd. Tom Roscoe in that one car starting 23. Starting 24th, John Perkins in that 33. Nicholas Akier in that 9 car starting 25th. In 26th will be Gary Miller in the 2 car. Brad Collins in the 22 starting 27th. In the 28th spot we'll have 14 of Dave Seats. 71 of Chris Legue in the 29th spot. In 30th will be Corey Rutherford in the 5. Kyle Wellman in that 42 car be starting 31st. Starting 32nd is the 43 Larry Bell. 33 is, I just lost all that after Larry Bell.
Gotcha here, Terry. 33rd is going to be Michael Miller. Steven Johnson, 34th. Casey Campbell, 35th. Rick Thompson in 36th. Fred Thompson, 37th. And Donald Bennett rounds out the field here this evening.
Thanks, sir. As the drivers make their way off a pit lane, hit up there to the track. Track speed tonight, caution speed is be at 35 mile an hour. Sam, pit road speed, 35 mile an hour.
Yeah, and this is one of the harder pit roads to get on and off of here at Dover. Almost as challenging, if not as challenging, as Darlington. So... and we're going to have to watch to see if guys are going to be able to get slowed down and not hit them barrels. Pace car is going to pull off. Dakota Todd's going to lead them down to the start zone. First start here. Going to be in the hands of the flag man. Green flag is in the air. We are racing at Dover.
And the 97 of Michael Bumgarner got a nice start off of that.
Yeah, that was a really good start by the number 97. He's going to try and make a move and clear Dakota Todd here coming out of turn 2, and he does. So already, Dakota Todd starting on the pole, and Michael Bumgardner taking the lead early.
Cody Gibson already starting to work on the 28 car of Landon Huffman as Dalton Kilroad coming up behind the 7 car.
Jamie Walker is back there. He's got a gap between him and Dalton Kilroy right now. Trying to close that gap. He's got the number 3 of Corey Sherman right behind him. That's 7th position. And I tell you what, Terry, these guys doing a really good job getting single filed out here already on lap 3.
Yeah, I agree. I was kind of looking through there and didn't see nothing happening, but I am kind of looking at the 32, Andy Poliski. He's slowing down, it looks like, just a little bit. The 17 of Brian Dees is catching up to him.
Well, remember, these drivers only get 4 sets of tires on pit wall. So there is going to be a lot of different strategies being played, especially now knowing that you're not getting guaranteed cautions anymore. This race could go green flag the whole way.
Oh, that would be cool to see. Flag to flag, no cautions. Heck yeah.
I tell you what, Michael Bumgarner, he made that move on the high side there on lap 1 around Dakota Todd, and he's pulling away, but could this hurt him in the long run? Dakota Todd running in second could run him down here in about 10 or so laps once the 97 starts to wear them tires out.
Well, one thing I have in my yellow tonight, Sam, is the tires. This track will eat these things. You burn up that right front pretty quick. But I talked to some drivers, and they said that the tires are burning, but they're burning down evenly. So you're pretty fast the first 5 laps. After that, it starts falling off by about lap 25. It's a big fall off, but it's all 4 tires, not just 1 tire.
Right now, a battle going on for the 14th position. Joshua Rutherford getting caught up on the high side. Now side by side with Mike Hamlin going into 3 and 4. Rutherford all the way up to the top side of the racetrack. So that gave Samuel Lawson position P15 right there. P15, I should just say, right? But Mike Hamlin also got around him. Hamlin up 4 spots in 16th.
Mike Hamlin being challenged a little bit by the 89 car of Philip Van Fleet, as the 64 of Rutherford is trying to gain back what he lost.
I tell you what, that 23 car, he's had a run off the corner here on the 24 a couple of times. Now right in front of them, Paul Ellison's going to go to the inside of Brian Zimmerman. This is a battle for the 13th position, and looks like Ellison's going to clear him pretty quickly.
Good move out of Ellison, getting around him.
All these guys are doing a really good job. As now Mike Hamlin gets underneath the 24. Samuel Lawson here coming out of turn number 4.
Sam Lawson with a bad week last week at Homestead, trying to improve on what he'd done last week in that 24 TSP car.
Yeah, so far doing a good job. He's trying to hold on to that outside lane, but really don't want to push it too early here, Terry. You don't want to burn off that right front tire, but he is still holding next to Mike Hamlin. Oh, they're going to make a little contact. That looked like Mike Hamlin came up, tried to side draft the 24 a little bit.
Not sure how much side drafting you could do here at Dover, Sam.
Yeah, that was, that might have just been like, hey, I'm tired of battling you. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know I'm here, and hopefully you'll let me by. But Sam Lawson, he lets him go, and that slots Lawson back into 16th, so putting Mike Hamlin up into the top 15.
Back up front, Sam, Cody Gibson is challenging Michael Bumgarner now.
So here we go. We're 11 laps into this race, Terry. Now, Bumgarner, he got out to a pretty convincing lead there really early. Did he burn his stuff up that quick? I mean, with Cody Gibson right on his back bumper, I think that's what's happening.
Now, Cody Gibson's holding that top line really well, too, and not going backwards at all, as Bumgarner was on the bottom side. And Bumgarner, Bumgarner with a better run right there, but Gibson's not letting him go.
Well, Dakota Todd has fallen back about 4 positions now. He's sitting back there in 5th. Looks like Dalton Kilrow and Jamie Walker have both gotten around him. Jamie Walker up 2 spots since the start of this race. Dalton has moved up 1, but he's starting to catch the back bumper of Cody Gibson, as we almost have a 3-car battle for the race lead here on lap 13.
Definitely with that 41 of Dalton Kilrow finally coming into view. Dalton hasn't made a big noise a whole lot yet this season. I think he's got the 1 win, I believe. Yes. No, he does not have a win yet this season.
Well, so far he's had a couple of rough races. I believe it was Homestead he had a rough race, but still managed to pull off a top 10 finish. So Dalton, he's still being consistent, right? Like, he's had a couple bad races, but bad for him so far this season has been maybe a 20th position finish.
And I do apologize. Dalton actually won our first race in Daytona.
All over the back bumper of Cody Gibson right now. And I mean, is Gibson maybe just kind of playing a little bit of cat and mouse right now? Kind of just, you know, he saw how fast he caught Bumgarner. He probably knows he can get around him, right? But maybe just kind of saving tires behind him right now.
I very well could be, or Gibson just Bumgarner just slowed down enough to let that thing cool off, maybe get it back underneath of him, and now he's trying to take off again. But I don't think he's got it no more. Cody Gibson may be doing your cat and mouse thing here, Sam.
The biggest thing too is that Dalton Kilrow and Jamie Walker both, I mean, they caught up to these guys really quick too, and once they caught up to them, they just kind of stopped as well. So maybe they're playing the same kind of strategy. Hey, we see how much we caught these guys. Let's just kind of ride right now. I mean, long race here at the Monster Mile. 240 laps, 240 miles here tonight.
And I'm wondering how many guys, turn 2, turn 4 here is horrible. You got to watch what you do. You don't want to drift up too much, or that wall will take the right side of your car.
I mean, look at this, Terry. You got the top 4 just right in a single file line, just kind of following each other right now. We want to go back and see what's going on in mid-pack here, and but I want to see if one of these guys are maybe going to step out and try and go for the race lead. I mean, you got Gibson just following Bumgarner, and then you got Kilrow following Gibson, and Jamie Walker's just following all of them.
And Walker not pressing the issue.
Oh, here we go. Dalton Kilrow to the inside of Cody Gibson going into turns 3 and 4. So Kilrow, one of the first drivers to make a move out of this line. So
did Gibson maybe burn his stuff up trying to get up to that 97?
I mean, it's very possible, but we've seen Cody, work with the tire strategy before, right? It kind of worked for him last week. He was able to save his tires, catch back up to Derek Paulson, and take the race win last week. So, I mean, maybe he just saw Dalton had to run and just said, hey, go ahead. Lap 20 at 240, we got plenty of time, brother. Take it. You know what I mean? So,
Sam, I just noticed something. I was looking at the track configuration we can look at. That 12 car is way back in the back here, running in the 37th place, started 8th.
Yeah, down 29 spots, but you know what, Terry? We're going to go on board with number 12. Was Mark maybe saving a little bit of caution flag out on the speedway? Dakota Todd going around.
Not a place for Dakota Todd to be sitting. He's got to wait for all these guys. There he goes. Looks like it might have been on Dakota Todd, Sherman, and maybe Dees.
We'll go back and take a look here. Ooh, Sherman and Dakota Todd make contact. Let's try and get a better angle of it here. Oh, yeah. Sherman comes down. He tries to go back up, it looks like. I'm not sure, but he does make contact with Dakota Todd. So, Terry, I'm going to be completely honest after seeing that replay. I'm going to go ahead and say that probably Corey Sherman's going to be getting that one.
Well, we'll definitely have to wait and see what the hammer has to say. I was clicking through a couple things and hope. Oh man, we got us a
busy pit road. Busy pit road going on right now, and we were going to see it, right? Lap 23 of 240. I'm betting we're probably going to see a lot of fuel only stops here, Terry. You said the fuel window was between 30 and 40 laps here tonight, so we were getting into that window. I think everybody's just going to be taking fuel and rolling here. As we're on the pit exit line right here, let's see who gets out first. It looks like Dalton Kilrow with a fast stop. He's going to get out first. But how about this, Terry? We had 2 drivers stay out on the racetrack.
Well, who were they?
That'd be the Rutherford brothers.
The Rutherford brothers.
The Rutherford brothers.
Last week we saw them kind of running together. They was doing an awesome job. Real quick, Sam, the hammer dropped it down on the 3 car. The 3 car will have to do an EOL. Nobody's laps down yet, Sam, so he will be the last car on this, in the back.
Well, let's see here. What do you say we talk to Joshua?
Awesome.
Let me try something here. Trying to get everything to work at least. You gotta love it, Terry.
I know, buddy.
Yo.
Joshua Rutherford, driver the number 64, Sam and Terry in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, real quick here. It looks like you guys are getting ready to go back green. What's the strategy here? You stayed out while everybody pit.
Goal is just run it out, and maybe we'll get lucky with another caution. We'll see.
So do you guys feel like you could get lucky tonight? Maybe take home that first win?
You never know. Luck's got to change at some point.
All right, man. Well, hey, good luck out there, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of the race.
Hopefully.
That was driver of the number 64, Joshua Rutherford, currently in second, Terry.
Well, sounds like him and his brother maybe have something for these guys.
Well, we're about to find out here as the field is going to be in the hands of the number 5, Corey Rutherford.
Now, Sam, I looked through the field. Brian Zimmerman in that 21 was the only one to take tires.
Coming down to the restart zone. Rutherford fires them off, and we're back underway. Not a great restart for the 64. Dalton Kilroy is going to be to his inside here going into turn number 1.
Kind of makes you wonder if Corey didn't say something, if he didn't say anything to Joshua that he was going to take off as quick as he did.
We were 3 wide coming out of turn number 2 there. They got it sorted out. You see the field, everybody going for positions right now on this restart. They know it's going to be key. 3 wide again, Joshua Rutherford to the top side of the racetrack. But right now, new race leader, Corey Rutherford still holds on to it.
Sam, points. Remember, points. Corey Rutherford's got 5 points for leading that lap.
Yeah, but he does have Dalton Kilroy running him down right now. Dalton was about a 10th quicker last time by. Same with Cody Gibson. You see Rutherford going to the top side of the racetrack. Kind of pulls it down late, running a little bit of a different line here compared to these other guys. But out of here leading laps, Terry, for the number 5.
Absolutely. We saw Corey do this last week, and he was out there just blazing the trail, man, for these guys.
Last time by, believe it or not, Corey Rutherford was a 10th faster than Dalton Kilroy and Cody Gibson. So maybe he has found his rhythm, found his line. More
or maybe
credit.
Maybe that first 20 some odd laps, he was just taking it easy on those tires and wasn't wasting them.
So remember, we saw Michael Baumgartner go out to the race lead there before the caution. Lost a couple positions on pit road, but now runs in 5th. As Jamie Walker just gets around him. He has Landon Huffman right behind him, so I'm really thinking that number 97's tires are hurting.
Yeah, I guarantee here, let's see. I think the fuel actually was saying was 35 to 40. I can't remember what you said, but they got a long way to go before they have another green flag stop or have a green flag stop. So a caution, I see tires coming the next caution.
Well, all of these guys are going to be able to go a lot longer. However, we got to keep an eye on Rutherford because, I mean, he's going to have to pit here fairly soon.
Yeah, he's going to, oh, man. Unless he really was playing Dalton Kilroy there, Captain Save Fuel, unless he saved a bunch, I mean, he's still going to have to pit before the rest of these guys do. Him and brother Josh.
But again, if it goes green flag the rest of the way, I mean, he's basically out there controlling this race right now, regardless if he has to pit early or not. We saw it last week. Corey Sherman was pitting earlier than anybody else, and he hung on to the race lead until late when we got that late race caution.
Absolutely. So I'm going to stay on Corey when he does pit. See if maybe he has that same strategy we seen last week. Maybe he'll start taking tires.
So right now, Corey Rutherford running in first. Dalton Kilroy holds on to second. Cody Gibson third. Jamie Walker fourth. And Michael Baumgartner, your top 5. Side by side back there, Landon Huffman and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. And someone we haven't mentioned a whole lot about tonight, Chris Carroll, up inside the top 10.
99 and Carroll still on the outside of the 10 of Butcher Benjamin. With 23 of Mike Hamlin looking to the outside of the 10 of Taylor Butcher.
Yeah, and I mean, how about Hamlin? He's up 11 spots since the start of this race. Now up inside the top 10, running in 9th, trying to take a peek to the outside of the number 10 car of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Sam, I just happened to look at Corey Rutherford's numbers. He's 29 spots up from the start of this race, so the big mover right now is Corey Rutherford.
Chris Carroll trying to work on the back bumper of Landon Huffman. He's going to take a peek to the inside, down and back straightaway, and into 3 and 4 to the bottom side of the racetrack.
Looks like Huffman just got a little sideways, barely got a little loose coming into them. Well, Carroll, I wonder if Carroll's going to get up there on that 97, challenge him for that 5th spot.
Right now, I've been watching Chris Carroll's line here for the past couple of laps. He kind of enters almost a lane up and, again, kind of just pulls it down off the corner here. And Terry, you've raced here, you know, coming off the corner here at Dover, it's almost like the whole thing just tightens up on you.
It absolutely does.
Problems for the 14, Terry. He's slow on the front stretch. Oh, he pulls it down on pit road. Let's see if we can't get a replay. That's Dave Seats. Ooh, Rick Thompson got into the outside wall. Seats had to check up to avoid it.
Dave Seats still sitting at pit lane, maybe getting a little bit of damage done or something.
Oh, we're still watching the replay here. We saw that contact. Not exactly sure what happened to Dave when he got... Oh, you know what, Terry? It looks like that that contact between him and Rick Thompson, we're going to go back and take another look at it real quick. Better camera than that. He gets into the back of Thompson. Now, with this setup, you hit that front end, it's just going to kill the car. And I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but I think, because it showed me on race control that Seats got a meatball flag. I think the engine expired on that number 14.
Oh, bad night for the 14 if that is what happened. As Dalton Kilroe now is leading this race with Jamie Walker right behind him and Cody Gibson in the 7 chasing down that 88 car.
Maybe we can get Dave Seats, a word from Dave Seats after he's done in the infield care center. We'll keep an eye on that. As Terry said, Dalton Kilroe has gone to the race lead. Corey Ruthford has fallen back to 4th. And that's not a whole lot, though, Terry. Still up there in the top 5. We got to keep an eye on him, though. Lap 42, he's going to have to be pitting here pretty shortly.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching him myself. And the 97, Michael Bumgarner, is actually starting to run him down a little bit. And here he comes, I believe, Sam. I'm going to stay on him and see if he gets tires here.
I don't know, Terry. You're lap 43. You got 200 laps to go, 4 sets of tires. Is this the time to take tires, or is this the time another fuel stop? I mean, you got to figure everybody else is taking just fuel already. I don't know if that 5 car might be taking 4 tires, though. Let me know, Terry.
Absolutely will. Looks like the right. Yes, he is. The right side went down. Lefts are up. The 5 car is taking tires and fuel in out, and he's on his way.
So Jamie Walker making a move around Cody Gibson, taking over that 2nd position. Now has his sights set on Dalton Kilroe.
Looks like Walker might be a little faster than a 41, but not by a whole lot. Actually, last lap, Jamie Walker was slower, which just maybe just the way it looked like he gained up on the back of him.
So, Dalton Kilroe, we're going to do a little bit of through the field. He's your race leader, old Captain Safe Fuel. But right behind him, he does have Jamie Walker. And Walker, a heavy hitter, leading the points right now. Could this be Jamie's year? Right behind him is Cody Gibson in the number 7.
And back here in 4th is that 97. We've seen Michael Bumgarner at the start of this race jump out there in a long lead. But we don't know if he burned his stuff up quickly or what, but now he's back in 4th. And the 99 of Chris Carroll is now running in 5th. So And he's out there by himself, way it looks, Sam. He's got nobody challenging him, and he ain't challenging nobody.
Right behind him, you got the number 28 of Landon Huffman.
Kind of with Landon Huffman, too. Nobody around him to contend with.
Taylor Butcher-Benjamin currently in 7th. He's got teammate Derek Paulson right behind him. Mike Hamlin. Go ahead, Terry, if you want it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mike Hamlin back there, he's actually, looks like Tom Roscoe right behind him. Tom Roscoe being the 9th spot, or I'm sorry, excuse me, 10th spot, trying to chase down Hamlin at the moment. As Hamlin's partner, Dave Seats, still sitting in pit lane.
Paul Ellison, currently in 11th. He's letting teammate Joshua Rutherford go by. Rutherford is currently 2 laps down, I believe, or if it might be 1, I'm not sure. But he did have to pit, come down. Looks like he took tires as well. But Ellison currently in 11th. Mark Arthur has made his way up to 12th. Old Mark from Maryland.
Yeah, we've seen that 12th car. He was all the way back there in like 38th spot at one time. Now he's showing 12th place. And behind him is Kyle Wellman. Nobody really to bug him yet until we get back to 14th with Tanner Marr. But Tanner's got a few behind him. He's got the 89 of Van Fleet running 15th, Gary Miller running 16th, and John Perkins in that 33 running 17th. So Tanner's going to have to watch his rearview mirror a little bit. Steve Johnson, wow, big run out of that 11 car, Sam.
Yeah, big run. He's going to go to the inside of John Perkins here in 3 and 4. This is a battle for the 17th position. Looks like Steven's going to go ahead and slide up in front of the 33 and take it over. So we go back to 19th, and that's Andy Poliski. And right behind him is Rick Thompson. Now, we saw Rick Thompson have a little bit of contact with the wall earlier in the race. Not sure if that's going to hurt him or not.
Right behind Rick Thompson, just running him down, is Zimmerman, Brian Zimmerman in that 21 car. And Brad Collins not too far off, I mean, back in that 22 car in the 22nd spot. And Dakota Todd, we've seen a little bit of trouble out of that 63 earlier. Right now he's running 23rd.
Well, here's the thing, Terry. He's got the guy who turned him right behind him. I don't think he's going to let him by too easily right now. That's Corey Sherman right behind him in the number 3 car with his teammate Aaron Bockover right behind him in 25th.
Yeah, okay. I didn't notice Aaron got around Nick Hockey in that 9 car as we see the 17 and Brian D slowly coming into the picture behind him.
Dees is down 18 spots since the start of this race. Wondering if maybe he made a little contact with the wall or if maybe he's just trying to play a little bit of strategy. I see the right front has a little bit of damage to it. So maybe he's just trying to limp that thing to the pit so they can fix that car up.
As Dees actually got passed by Corey Rutherford. Remember, Corey Rutherford is on fresh tires, but right now he still has to get around this whole field. As the 17 we talked about, now we got Larry Bell in the 43 car in the 28th spot, right behind Brian Dees.
Right behind him, TNA Motorsports, Mr. 3-time Chris Legou running in 29th.
Michael Miller in the 27. Don't know if he's getting challenged by the 83 of Joe Alberico. Alberico in the 31st spot. And then we got Donald Bennett back in 32nd in the 31 car.
Casey Campbell running in 33rd with Fred Thompson in 34th. And then Corey Rutherford. Oh, he's in a mess of traffic right now.
Yes, he is.
Then we got Joshua Rutherford back there. Samuel Lawson looks like he had some pretty heavy contact with the outside wall. Running in 37th. And then Dave Seats, unfortunately. Engine expiring early here tonight.
Yeah, Sam, I just happened to look up and I seen Dave Seats' hauler as they was putting the car on the back of that thing. So Dave Seats is done for the night.
Ooh, Cody Gibson and Dalton Kilrow almost making contact right there. Terry, have we noticed that Michael Baumgartner got around all three of them and is now out to the race lead?
Absolutely. As we was giving you guys a rundown of the field, Michael Baumgartner did get around Dalton Kilrow and Cody Gibson, and now he is up in the lead.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're 60 laps into this race. We're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Nick Occhier.
We're going to have to cut it short, ladies and gentlemen, because we are under caution here. Looking like it might have been Nick Occhier. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, Sam Lawson and Nick Occhier making contact. I don't know. Let's try and get a better replay of that. So Lawson had a good run there. It looks like they just really didn't leave each other much room, and Nick Occhier, unfortunately, on the bad end of that wreck. So, and Terry, right as we went to commercial break, you pointed out that pit stops were going to be coming.
Well, here we go. I think everybody's coming down now.
If I had to guess, I'd say everybody's going to be coming down, maybe taking tires here. They've been on the same set of tires. Pretty much everybody, for the most part, has been on the same set of tires since the beginning of this race, and Baumgartner is going to lead the field down.
One guy I'm going to put money on not coming down is that 5 car, and he is not. He's staying out.
Yeah, and is this what he needed? You know what I mean? This might have been what Joshua Rutherford and Corey Rutherford needed for their strategies to play out, but it also might not have been what they wanted to see at all.
Although Corey, remember though, he was 1 lap down, so he could not pit. So actually, this time around, they should be able to pit. This will do the telltale right here.
I just saw Joshua Rutherford go by the one camera here going into turn 1. Sounded like he was definitely clutching that race car. As Cody Gibson, fuel only for the number 7, Terry. Baumgartner takes tires, and pretty much everybody behind him. Casey Campbell, fuel only for the number 73. But everybody else, tires. Busy on pit road here with tires.
It looks like the only one that didn't take tires is Casey Campbell and that 73. And you just said it though too. Cody Gibson,
yeah.
Well, the hammer dropped, buddy.
What'd the hammer say?
The hammer said the 24 will be getting an EOL as him and the 9 got into it.
All right. So Samuel Lawson being told to go to the rear of the field, ladies and gentlemen.
Casey Campbell is now in the pits.
Man, yeah, I mean, these guys have been out on this racetrack for 63 laps on the same set of tires, and I tell you what, Cody Gibson said, I'm going for it. I'm staying out. Rutherford brothers, they had to stay out here, Terry, because they got to get this wave around. They got trapped a lap down under that.
Yes, they did. Now, it also depends on what this 31's going to do, Sam.
Looks like the 31, he is in 37th position, also being shown 2 laps down.
So he did not pit, and he's actually going to start this field, I think. Oh, no. I don't know how iRacing does this.
No, Terry's going to get the wave around.
Okay, thank you.
Just like the Rutherford brothers are going to get the wave around. Come on
Oh,
now.
boy.
Stay with me here, Terry.
I need to race more.
We're only 65 laps into this. We still got a long way to go.
Oh, Sam, I just noticed. Landon Huffman. Man, he's got electrical problems bad. He is in the pits, and he's going to be there for a while. I mean, we saw Huffman up there running at the lead a couple times, Sam.
All right, so we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time. And Cody Gibson out there on old tires. Everybody's going to have to understand Cody Gibson is on them old tires. They're going to have to be very patient getting around him.
Wow, this is going to be interesting.
It most certainly is.
Because I haven't heard nothing out of the field, and nobody's asked Cody if he's got tires or not.
Well, they're going to find out real quick when they go down into turns 1 and 2, and he's going to have to slow up a lot more, and they're going to have to slow up. Bumgarner's going to be on the outside. And row 2 is going to be Kilrow and Walker. Row 3, Paulson and Carroll. Then Butcher, Benjamin, and Hamlin.
Pace car drops down.
Out of turn number 4 into the restart zone. Cody Gibson, he's going to fire him off, and we're back underway. He actually got a pretty good launch there for being on older tires. He's going to get out to the lead, but he's going to go up to the top side. Maybe let Dalton Kilrow go by here.
Whoa, I thought that 97 of Bumgarner was going to let it go 3 wide.
Ooh, what a move down to the bottom side of the racetrack. The number 97 saw the gap and took it. Has to get around this number 7 car. Everybody knows they got to get around him. He's going to be a little bit slower here right now.
Cody Gibson may be thinking, man, maybe I should have taken tires too.
Well, new race leader, Dalton Kilrow, the number 41 MF Racing Designs. Chevy Camaro with Chris Carroll right behind him in the number 99. Trying to make different of that, though. He almost had a run there coming out of turn number 4.
I'm still back here watching the 7 of Gibson. He is just losing spot after spot. He is now down in 10th place, just about ready to go down to 11th as Johnson gets around him in that 11th.
Well, see, the thing I noticed too, Terry, is he's running the high lane, right? Like he knows that he's on older tires. He's going to the high lane every turn. He's just giving these guys the bottom, saying, "Go ahead, I know I'm on old tires."
Yeah, he is doing a gentleman thing and letting these guys go, really not challenging nobody for anything.
And there's really no point to, right? I mean, we're only on lap 70 of 240. There's still a long way to go in this thing.
As back up front, Dalton Kilrow still showing the lead with Chris Carroll right on his backside. That's a 97. Bumgarner just come into that turn hard with Jamie Walker wanting to draft with him, I guess.
Looks like Kilrow might have gotten the wall a little bit. Looked like the right, the right rear had a little bit of a scrape on it.
Now I'm watching that 88 car on that 97. It really looks like Jamie wants to push him down these straights.
Well, he was all the way back in the back earlier in the race, but now up inside the top 10. That number 12 of Mark Arthur running in 7th. Jamie Walker looking to the inside of the number 97. We were thinking the same thing there, Terry.
Yes, we was.
Looks like Bumgarner's going to prevail.
Yeah, we both raced with Jamie. We know how he is. He'll run with you for a little bit, then figure out where you're weak.
Battle for the race lead. Almost contact between the 41 and the 99. Dalton got really out of his rhythm there. He even clipped the apron coming out of turn number 4 and losing a lot of time than the number 99. But Chris Carroll to the point.
Yeah, right there. In what is that? 1 and 2, or yeah, that was 1 and 2. Looks like the 97 barely touched a 41. Man, I thought we was going to have a problem there.
Well, right now, Terry, your pick, Mark Arthur, running in 7th, and mine up 23 spots, sitting there in 11th.
Yeah, Steven Johnson doing an awesome job tonight in that 11 car.
Looks like we're getting a little bit of a green flag run. They're going to have to pit here. Probably around lap 90 or so. I'd say almost to about lap 100. We're going to be seeing green flag pit stops once again. We're going to try this again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Back live here on True Sim Productions for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series. Brought to us by Savage Edge Graphics. Make sure you go to savageedge.com to get yourself all your apparel needs. I'm pretty sure, what's their saying, Terry? What is it?
They'll put your name on anything or logo or anything.
So 88 laps complete here at Dover International Speedway, Raceway, whatever it is. I forget. I don't know. Dalton Kilrow running second. Chris Carroll still holds on to the race lead.
And while we were away, we kind of watched Mark Arthur in that 12 car gained a bunch of ground. Right now he's showing in fourth place as he went around a bunch of cars. But Sam, I think now it's starting to hurt that 12 car. I think he might have used up some tires.
Yeah, I noticed that Jamie Walker was actually able to get a good run there through the center of the corner. Both of these drivers run in different lines. Mark's entering a little bit higher, whereas Jamie's going to the bottom of the racetrack, kind of diamonding the corner, letting it float up, and I think that's allowing Jamie to save that right front a little bit more.
And Sam, I took a look at the infield there. I seen the 24 car. I think he's loading up and ready to go home.
So this is a battle for the fourth position. Mark Arthur goes back to fifth. Derek Paulson
now by Derek Paulson, though.
How about Mike Hamlin? He's up 13 spots since the start of this race. He's up there inside the top 10, running in 7th. And Taylor Butcher-Benjamin runs 8th. So we're on lap 92, and I imagine, Terry, you pointed it out right before we came back from commercial that Corey Rutherford had already been down on pit road. So I'd say these race leaders got to be coming soon.
Yeah, they last pitted. Chris Carroll last pitted at lap 63. And again, we can go 35 to 40 laps, and we are on lap 90. So we ain't far from pit stop, Sam. Now, we haven't had green flags yet. So Josh Rutherford just calling out his pit. But we're going to, I mean, we know it's hard to get on this pit road at full speed. So it's going to be interesting.
Hey, Terry, something I just noticed is Chris Carroll. He popped that clutch in going into 3 and 4 there, saving a little bit of fuel here in front of the 97 of Michael Bumgarner.
I don't believe he's going to save 150 laps.
I don't think so, but I think what he's just trying to do is extend it out a couple more laps, right? Just make sure that he's able to have the freshest tires at the end of this thing.
Yeah, that's a smart move out of Chris Carroll in that 99.
You see Joshua Rutherford is currently on pit road in the number 64, 8.6 second stop for the 64. Fuel only, down and away. Battle for the race lead right now. Carroll's going to go ahead and let him go by with ease because I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure this 99 is saving fuel. Let's go on board with Chris Carroll here for a lap as he chases Michael Bumgarner. Definitely clutching. He's saving a little bit of fuel here, Terry, and he's still fast. He's staying right on the back bumper of that 97.
I'm watching just work that steering wheel, Sam.
There's a lap around Dover on board with Chris Carroll.
That's 23 seconds of your life you'll never get back when you run out of Dover. But that's a fun way to do it.
Jamie Walker currently sitting in 3rd position. Dalton Kilrow back there in 4th. Paulson managed to get around the 12 of Mark Arthur, has now found his way up in the top 5.
Then we're going to have to 10 of Taylor Butcher-Benjamin maybe challenge Arthur here shortly by a couple more laps, I would imagine. If Mark did burn his stuff up, getting up through there like he did.
He might have, because looking at the charts right now, last time by, the 10 car was about 0.3 faster.
Yeah, the 10 car, it looks like he's using that bottom line a lot more than the 12 is.
So Bumgarner has got out to a second lead over Chris Carroll, running second. We heard it. Chris Carroll saving a little bit of fuel. As we're coming to take lap 100 here, who's going to be the first driver to come down pit road? That's the real question.
Yeah, there's no way they can go much more. Nobody has called out a pit, other than, of course, the Rutherford brothers.
Well, Cody Gibson, he's been on pit road, Terry. He last pit on lap 83. He did get fresh tires, but he lost a lot of time, and I don't know if it's going to work out for him or not. And he's got some left rear damage as well to that number 7 machine. So those not taking tires that go around, Terry, really hurt this number 7 car.
Yeah, it did, but now maybe he's on a mindset that he can do it every time he pits now.
Back up to the front, Michael Bumgarner goes around the 73 of Casey Campbell. We're on lap 102, just waiting to see who's going to be the first driver to bring everybody down pit road.
Yeah, they've got to be coming down within the next couple of laps, I would imagine.
Well, Bumgarner keeps it out on the track, and we know Chris Carroll's been saving a little bit of fuel this whole time. So, I don't know, Terry, maybe they'll be going until about 110.
That very well could. Like I said, I talked to some of the other drivers, asked them what kind of fuel they were getting, and I'm giving you the numbers they gave me.
Well, the biggest thing is, too, Terry, here on lap 120, who's going to be leading to take home the truesimproductions halfway award?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
So that'll be at the completion of lap number 120.
Yeah, we'll find out in about 15 laps or so. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, Sam, is stretch it so they can get that TSP award.
And I'm taking a look at the timing and scoring right now on the track map where everybody is on the track. Currently, Chris Carroll. He's got Jamie Walker right behind him. We know Michael Bumgarner's the race leader. He's out to about 2-second lead. Walker's been catching up to Carroll here. But everybody's really spaced out. There's only one driver I'm looking at on the map, Terry. That's Joshua Rutherford. He's pretty much all by himself out there. He's got almost a whole turn to himself.
Sam, as you was talking, the 88 actually got around the 99 at Carroll. And we have got pit stops going on now, buddy.
Steven Johnson, one of the first drivers, Andy Poliski, Rick Thompson, John Perkins, and Paul Ellison all on pit road right now.
You got Dakota Todd calling out, Bockover calling out, Canamar calling out.
So now we got to keep an eye on Chris Carroll and Michael Bumgarner. And I tell you what, Bumgarner's going to have to come down sooner rather than later, because I don't think he was saving as much as Chris Carroll was, and Jamie Walker either.
He's coming in now, Sam.
So there you go, 97 on pit road. Walker keeps it out on the racetrack. So new leader, Jamie Walker, going to get 5 bonus points.
Jamie Walker, so far this season, has won 2 races, Sam. He has Sonoma and Phoenix in his back pocket.
Currently our points leader, but still a long season to go here. Remember, everybody, full-length season here at Blazing Pedals. We never run the same track twice. Jamie Walker almost getting into the barrels coming down pit road, Terry. Ooh, is that somebody making contact with the inside wall there as we were watching Walker?
I was kind of sitting, okay, Baumgartner is taking tires. I was on top of him this whole time as the 97 is down and away as he comes out of the pits. As right now, Chris Carroll is showing our race leader.
He's got Mike Hamlin right behind him. Mike Hamlin, I'm trying to find him on timing and scoring. Last pit on lap 106. So right now, Chris Carroll has gone the longest. Dakota Todd, getting into the outside wall here.
He just called out his pit. 99. Chris Carroll is coming out pit lane, Sam. Oh, a little sideways out of that 99.
It's a tough entry on pit road, and you got to get the cars slowed down so much. But Dalton Kilrow keeps it out on the racetrack. Captain Save Fuel himself going longer than anybody here, Terry.
Again, it's 35 mile an hour down this stretch of pit road, and Carroll was doing probably 160 or something like that. I don't know how fast they're going, but yeah, he's going real fast.
So Dalton wasn't able to pit that time by. He had to let a bunch of guys go here. He couldn't get down to the bottom side of the racetrack. I don't know if he had it clutched in. He is saving.
He just called it out. I think Ellison and whoever was in front of Ellison kind of blocked the 41 upper, so he could not pit.
Well, it forced him to go another lap. It's the 41 of Dalton Kilrow, last driver to bring it down pit side. So it looks like it's going to cycle out to be Michael Bumgarner, your race leader.
So positive out of this with the 41. He knows he can go another lap if he needs to go. So I'm sure he's already doing the math in his head. Say, man, if I just save this and save this, I can do this. So it's going to be interesting what Dalton Kilrow does the rest of this race.
Still on pit road, Dalton Kilrow. He is just now getting into his pit box.
That's a long 35. Taking tires, Sam, way it looks.
And Bumgarner gets around him, so Bumgarner back to the race lead. Jamie Walker holding on to second. But remember, Chris Carroll and Dalton Kilrow now, they both went about almost 4 or 5 laps longer than these other drivers have.
And Dalton Kilrow is away and about ready to make way out onto track.
He lost a lot of time, though, Terry. He's back in 16th position, staying out on the track that long. But now has the freshest tires. Remember, Cody Gibson was one of those drivers. He pit on lap 83, so Dalton has about, it looks like, I want to say 7 laps better tires than John Perkins in front of him. So we'll have to see if that makes that much of a difference, but I really don't think it's going to.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that myself with Michael Bumgarner pitting on lap 107 and Walker at 108 and Kilrow at 112. So 5-6, laps different on these tires. Michael Bumgarner is still our leader with almost over a 4-second gap over Jamie Walker.
Yeah, but could have Jamie come out of the pits and maybe started saving, because I just heard the 97 going into 1 and 2. He was saving. Heard the clutch going in. Same with Walker. I'm hearing it out of all these drivers up here. Mike Hamlin is up to 3rd position, though, in that number 23. And we're going to have to ride on board with 23. Let's see if he's saving. Doesn't sound like Hamlin's saving, Terry.
Nah, he'll be flat out if he's not saving whatsoever. Get up there. Hamlin, he's going to also get some points if he leads a lap.
Well, we're on board with Mike Hamlin. Let's go back up to Jamie Walker. Let's see what he does going into turns 3 and 4. So it doesn't sound like Walker's saving. Let's go back up to Bumgarner. See what he does going into 1 and 2. Bumgarner's putting the clutch in, Terry.
I'm kind of listening to that, and let's see what he does down here on this end.
Yeah, he's using the clutch.
Wow, yeah, he is saving fuel.
He's saving fuel, and he's out to a 6-second lead right now. But now that Mike Hamlin was able to get around Jamie Walker, we know that Hamlin's not saving, and I'm watching the timing and scoring right now. Gap is just shrinking rather quickly. Oh, Corey Sherman in the 27 make contact down the back straightaway. We're going to be under caution. Go back and take a look at it. It's coming off of turn number 2. Sherman just comes up, gets into the 27. And that's going to put us under caution once again here this evening. Heavy damage to the 27 and the number 3.
Sam, we're at the halfway point too.
We're going to have to see what the hammer says. Kind of looks like that the 3 came up there. Go back and take another look at it.
And Michael Bumgarner has come down pit lane.
I mean, honestly, I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, he's bringing everybody down pit road, Terry. Taylor Butcher Benjamin stays out on track. Again, Rutherford's going to have to stay out and try and get a wave run. He just keeps getting unlucky with that strategy, man.
Sam, Taylor Butcher Benjamin just took away the TSP halfway award from the 97 of Michael Bumgarner.
So there we have it. True Sim Productions halfway award goes to the Doc, Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
And Michael, he was just fuel only is all we've done.
Trying to see if we can get the in-cars working. We do have Rick Thompson. It's showing me we got Corey Sherman too, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why. Technology, we're gonna blame it on. Won't bring him up. Waiting to see if maybe we can get a word with the Shermanator here after he gets out of the infield care center.
Now, Sam, if this is found, and it is, Corey Sherman will have to do, this is his second one, so he's got to come down to pitch regardless. His car is messed up bad, so this has been put on Corey Sherman.
So that's infraction number 2 for the number 3 this evening.
Absolutely.
All right. Well then. So how about Taylor Butcher Benjamin staying out on track, Terry? I mean, he actually pit on lap 109, so only been out there for about 11 laps.
Pretty smart move out of that 10 car, that's for sure.
He's out there. He's got the track position, going to be able to control this race now. Mike Hamlin, third. Pretty much everybody behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin obviously coming down and getting fuel. First driver to take tires, though, Jamie Walker and Aaron Bockover back there in 10th. So those two drivers are on fresh tires, Terry.
Everybody behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin pitted at 120, mainly just fuel only, except Jamie Walker, as you just said, he took tires. So things are shaking up, bud.
Things are definitely shaking up. We just reached the halfway point, so we still got 120 laps to go here at Dover. And I'm just kind of going down through the timing charts here, Terry. How about Dalton Kilrow? He went all the way back to 17th. He was on pit road for 27 seconds. I imagine taking tires, but maybe getting a little damage fixed.
Yeah, I thought his left front kind of looked damaged when I was looking at his car a little bit ago. Oh, no, it is. It still is a little damage. So, yeah, most likely he got some damage fixed on that 41 car.
Well, Terry, we do have the opportunity to do it, so I think we're going to try it here when we go back under the green flag. But Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Michael Bumgarner on row 1, they're going to lead them down to the restart zone. Pace car pulls down pit road.
Benjamin needs a good leap right here.
Looks like he's going to get it. He catches the 97 sleeping. Green flag back out in the air. And ladies and gentlemen, why don't we crank it up? Caution flag on the speedway. Seems to always happen when we do a crank it up, Terry, I swear.
It does. Look like it might have been on the Ford car or Tanner Marr and maybe Ty Morosco in that number 1, Sam.
Oh, really? I think I saw 2 completely different cars, Terry.
Oh, that's who I saw. That's who I heard hollering. So
I believe that you want to take a look at the 11 of Stephen T. Johnson and the 7 of Cody Gibson.
oh no, Steve Johnson, no.
So they go 3 wide down into 1, and it kind of looks like Johnson just maybe went in a little too hot, kind of pushes up the track and gets into the 7 and turns around. Cody Gibson not having the luck that he wanted here tonight, not after winning last week.
Yeah, bad night for Cody Gibson.
We'll go back and take one more look at it. We're going to slow it down right here. So right here, you see Johnson. They're 3 wide. They go 2 right there, but he goes down to the bottom, kind of comes up. And, you know, he may be my pick, ladies and gentlemen, but if I had to guess, Hammer's going to come down on that number 11 car right here.
I've been listening, Sam. I ain't heard the Hammer talk yet, so when I hear him, I will definitely let everybody know. Here he goes.
So the real question is did this help the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin? He didn't bring it down pit side. A couple of other drivers did to come down and take fuel. Aaron Bockover, Kyle the Wildman Wellman, and Cody Gibson, who was also involved in that wreck. He's on pit road right now as well.
Well, Sam, the Hammer did drop it down, and you were right. It is on the 11 car, Steven Johnson. He will be getting the EOL. He will have to drop back to the field on the lead lap here. Or with the lead lap cars, I should say.
I'm going to wait and see here, and if anybody decides to come down pit road, I think we're going to bring somebody up and talk to him here.
Damn for it.
All right, so he went down pit road. Let me go and bring him up. Here in 1 second. If I can find him. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, driver of the number 10, Sam and Terry in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, a little bit of strategy being played here. You come and you pit on lap 109. Everybody else pit behind you. You're out here leading the way. This caution came out. Does it help you or does it hurt you?
I'm not sure just yet because, I mean, I still got if this thing runs green and caution goes out the wrong time, it could trap me. So I guess we just have to see what happens and try to keep. I mean, I feel like I was yarding those guys pretty good when they got the racing behind me before that caution came out. So I feel like I've got a decent car underneath me. Just strategies are all over the place. So wait and see game.
All right, man. Well, hey, that number 10 car out there leading the way. Good luck in the rest of the race, and hopefully we talk to you later.
Yep, thanks, Sam. Terry.
That was driver of the number 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, out here leading the way right now.
Sam, I just saw the 31 car. They just shut the door of their hauler with their car inside of it. I think they're heading home. Real quick, everybody, we will not be on next week, Easter week. So happy Easter for next week. But the following week, we will be at the Glen, Watkins Glen, for some left and right turns. Please join us.
And we're going back road course racing. And it feels like we were just at a road course, Terry.
1, 2, 3. Oh, it's been a while, Sonoma.
It's been a while, but we were just at a road course. But we're going to a classic road course, Watkins Glen, like Terry said, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure you check that out here in 2 weeks. Again, off this weekend due to Easter, and happy Easter to everybody here from True Sim Productions.
So, Sam, it's nice to hear Taylor talking. That's somebody we just haven't got to say his name a whole lot through the season. He hasn't been up front a whole lot. We both know we've raced against him. We know he can do this, so it's really nice to see that 10 back up front.
Yeah, he's won in Blazing Pedals before, so like you said, we know he can do it. He's in the right spot to do it, but the problem is, like he said, there's a lot of strategies, different ones being played right now. So just going to kind of have to see how the race is going to play out. We're only a little over halfway, still a long way to go. And Taylor's going to fire him off here and get us back underway.
You forgot to tell him he got the TSP award.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We did. We'll tell him later.
Yeah, good deal.
So Taylor Butcher Benjamin leads him into the restart zone coming out of turn number 4. And the green flag is back out in the air. And again, the 97.
Caught taking a nap
Yeah,
again, but
I
Chris
mean,
Carroll capitalizes really good on this.
Yes, he does, and I tell you what, Mike Hamlin trying to capitalize on it as well. But Baumgartner trying to make a push back. He gets on the back bumper of Carroll. Now Carroll go for the race lead. Hamlin and Baumgartner are fighting for it back here. What a crazy restart.
Yeah, Baumgartner all over the back end of that 99, just pushing him. Did not get that 99 out of shape whatsoever. Oh, just about did it again.
Yeah, it looks like Carroll might have come down across the 97 just a little bit. That allows Walker to make a move now to the inside of Chris Carroll, down the back straightaway.
As Walker does make his way around the 99 of Carroll. Now he's going to go up there and work on that 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. As we still got a race between the 99 and the 97 behind those guys.
Keep in mind that number 88 machine of Jamie Walker, last pit on lap 120, and he took tires and just set the fastest lap of the race.
Jamie Walker actually had the fastest lap of the race last season also, Sam, and it was pretty well late in the race as well.
Out of turn 4 across the line, Jamie Walker to the race lead. Now we're down in turns 1 and 2, and Carroll's still fighting hard against Baumgartner.
And with Taylor Butcher Benjamin being in front of Carroll and Baumgartner, he is slower than Walker, of course. And that's just going to let Walker walk away from these guys.
Yeah, Chris Carroll actually took fuel only on the last stop on 120. So him and Taylor are on the same set of tires, but, or no, I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm trying to read timing and scoring here, Terry. It's got me all confused. Taylor did take tires on lap 109, so I think Taylor has a little bit better tires than 99, but Chris Carroll is doing a good job holding on to that third position. It's now Baumgartner goes back to fourth. And how about Ty Morosco, Terry? Up 18 spots since the start of this race. Just made his way around Mike Hamlin, now up inside the top 5.
Yep, definitely a good run of that number 1 car tonight. You know, I'm kind of looking back through our picks, though, Sam. We know Steven Johnson, he got caught with that penalty. This is the last caution we had. And then Mark Arthur, he's up in 20th place. Again, is he on some sort of a strategy, or did the strategy get thrown out the window when he had cautions?
Well, it's being shown that Steven Johnson is in 30th, 2 laps down right now. And let's see here. Mark Arthur is in 20th on the lead lap.
Jamie Walker still leading this race. But Taylor Butcher Benjamin looks like he's slowly gaining back up to the back of that car.
He might be just a little bit. He was a little bit quicker than Jamie that time by. So did Jamie jump out to the race lead, get a little bit of gap, and then just start saving fuel again?
I would not put that past that 88 driver at all.
So we just hit it, Terry. We're under 100 laps to go here at Dover. Jamie Walker continues to lead with Taylor Butcher Benjamin running second. And Chris Carroll holds on to third. Michael Baumgartner has fallen back a little ways from Chris Carroll. It's about a second off Carroll, and now under fire from the one of Ty Morosco. Morosco looking for fourth.
So, Sam, just like the beginning of this race, these guys got stretched out real good. We're single file. I am going through the everybody through here, and I don't see nothing happening between anybody.
Contact between the 41 and the 23. They're going to make contact again into, oh my, how did they keep that straight? Oh my God.
Dalton Kilroy in that 41. That car has got damage on it.
Oh, 23 making contact with the 4. Mike Hamlin in the outside wall.
And we still stay on green flag, everyone, even though Hamlin's riding the wall a little bit. He finds his place down in between the 42 of Wellman and the 5 Rutherford.
Well, let's go back and take a look at what happened initially. It's right there. Contact, just slight contact between the 23 and the 41. Hamlin goes all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack, and then coming out of turn 2, you got this incident where Tanner Marr kind of comes up and shoves Hamlin into the outside wall. And I tell you what, if I was that 23 car, I probably wouldn't be too happy right now.
I didn't hear any words come out of anybody's mouth, so if he gets ever, he might show a little bit of displeasure.
I guess we'll find out later in the race. That put Mike Hamlin all the way back to 15th. He's still up 5 spots from where he started, so still can manage a good run out of this. Just got to get back into a rhythm.
And Sam, as we was looking at that, Chris Carroll in that 99 did get around Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Chris Carroll now in second place, trying to run down the 88 of Jamie Walker.
So Chris Carroll up to second, as Terry said, and Jamie Walker leading. And we hear it going into the corner, Terry. That 88 machine is, I wouldn't say shutting the car off, but he is pushing the clutch in.
Sam, something I just happened to look at, Derek Paulson, Dalton Kilroy, Ty Morosco, 3 MFRD cars running nose and tail. All they got to do is get to their partner, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Maybe put Michael Bumgarner behind all those guys.
Yeah, it looks like Derek Paulson has a little bit of damage there to the right rear of that number 6. Back up to the lead, it's Jamie Walker coming to take a lap 150 of 240. Chris Carroll working his way around Fred Thompson there in the 46. Fred Thompson currently being scored, looks like 30th, 5 laps down.
Yeah, Sam, through this whole race, 150 laps in this race, these guys haven't had to deal with lap traffic so much this race because the way these cautions are falling.
Right now they're dealing with it just a little bit. I think that was the only car they're going to worry about. Currently right now, John Perkins is being shown the last car on the lead lap back there in 22nd. We take a look at Corey Rutherford, who's also back there. He's been trying to battle back all race long, Terry. We saw him lead some laps here tonight, and he got trapped a lap down under caution, just trying to bounce back. He's back there in 23rd.
I was just having to look at time and scoring for Corey. He did not take tires on his last pit, so again, we see him maybe have a strategy early in the race, being up there leading some laps, getting some points. So I'm not counting this 5 out by any means.
We also got to remember, though, too, I mean, you brought it up, strategy, right? These guys who are up here leading, they're saving fuel, but, you know, Corey Rutherford could come around and take the race lead, and a late caution could come out, and something wild could happen like that, right? And the reason why I say that, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, Terry. I had something good. I really did. I had something good there, but it's gone.
I'm sure you did. I was just having to look at Jamie Walker's last pit was at 120. We're sitting at lap 154. Walker and a handful of guys, a lot of these drivers, going to have to start thinking about, you know, green flag pits already.
So I'm thinking that the 88 of Jamie Walker and the 99 of Chris Carroll, they might be able to go, I want to say probably to about lap 160. I'm going to guess we're going to see green flag pit stop start happening.
I think it's cool when these guys are going to do these green flag pit stops. Right now, Sam, we're only sitting at, I want to say 4, possibly 5 cautions. So right now, I mean, these guys are doing a wonderful job out here tonight.
A great race overall with Jamie Walker continuing to lead. Dakota Todd, remember, he was involved in one of those accidents earlier in the race. He's actually found his way back up inside the top 5.
Oh, Ryan Flanagan, I see you're out there. Thanks for that information. If it's right, Mark actually missed a pit and had to go back around and do an extra lap. So, yeah, he is actually showing 2 laps down at the moment.
No, he isn't. Terry's on the lead lap in 13th.
Oh, there he is. Where'd I get? Man, I ought to start looking at that chat more often.
Yeah, that chat came through probably about 30 minutes ago, Terry.
Mark, you go back and look at this. I apologize.
Jamie Walker continue to leads the way here at lap 158. You hear him shutting the engine off almost. It sounds like, if not, he's just dumping the clutch. He is saving fuel. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Power Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Shut up and sit down.
With us, we should be going to green flag pit stops. A lot of guys have already come in and gone. And real quick, Lori, I apologize. I said I'm sorry. I will pay attention. Jamie Walker's still showing as our leader. He has not pitted yet, but he's going to have to really soon here, Sam.
Yeah, we saw Chris Carroll. I had my microphone muted there. We saw Chris Carroll come down already, and Jamie Walker just continues to keep it out on the racetrack. But same with those MFRD guys. How about Derek Paulson, Dalton Kilroy, Ty Morosco? They're all still, well, never mind. They're bringing it down pit road. Making a liar out of me, guys. Come on now.
And as you're talking about the MFRD, why we use a commercial break, Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the tent, excuse me, as he came off pit lane, went all the way up the track as Jamie Walker was passing him. And Walker, how he got by without touching each other is beyond me.
So pit road is a busy place. We see Mike Hamlin on pit road. All of the MFRD guys, they're there. Jamie Walker, though, still keeps it out on the racetrack.
Oh, Sam, I just noticed the 11 car has loaded up on the hauler.
Well, You know, Terry, it wouldn't be my pick if something bad wouldn't have happened. So, Steven Johnson, when you watch this back, I apologize in advance. Jamie Walker brings it down pit side here on lap 169.
I'm going to say on top of that Mountain Dew car, that 88 of Jamie Walker, and figure out what he's going to do when he gets down here to his pit box at 35 mile an hour.
Well, here's something interesting, Terry. Kyle, the Wild Man Wellman, last pit on lap 130, and Gary Miller also pit on lap 130, and Aaron Bockover. They're the top three right now. They can go about 10 laps longer than these guys can.
Well, we know Wellman now, 5 bonus points for leading the lap. Jamie Walker, fuel only. He is out and on his way.
So I think Walker trying to take advantage of just trying to gain more time here on pit road. Trying to get that gap out to be more. Oh, my, almost contact there between him and the 42. Gary Miller looked like he had to check up as well. We go back to Aaron Bockover. He's a little bit back behind these guys. So we're almost 3 wide coming off the corner there. Wow.
99 and Carroll, you can tell he's on fresh tires. Man, he just blew away him. The 42 of Wellman as Walker's trying to make his way around him. And here comes the 97.
And we got a car coming off pit road. They're almost going to be 3 wide. This is just a gaggle right now going on. Oh, look at this. Bumgarner shooting the gap. 3 wide almost with Larry Bell coming off the corner. Him and Jamie Walker almost make contact.
Wellman now just called out his pit. He is coming out pit lane here in this next lap. Along with Gary Miller.
Ooh, almost contact between him and Brad Collins. He's got Chris Legou up to his top side now. As you said, Wellman going to bring it down pit side. Bringing Gary Miller with him. Joe Alberico hitting the barrels coming down pit road.
Oh, no.
And that was right in front of second place Gary Miller. But he was able to avoid it. This should hand the race lead over to Chris Carroll.
Well, 83 is actually still drivable, so see how long he has to stay in the pits. Maybe get that thing worked on after hitting them barrels.
So Chris Carroll currently has about a 1.6 second gap over second place Bumgarner. Last time by, Bumgarner was just a little bit quicker than Carroll. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, though, last pit on lap 158, currently sitting there in third.
A few weeks ago at Nashville, Chris Carroll got his first win for the season. Looking to maybe make it 2 early in the season. Remember, we do not use win and in on the chase. Everything's done by points now.
I tell you what, it looked like Gary Miller might have gotten around Wellman coming off of pit road there, Terry. But when they hit the racetrack, Wellman went to the top side and just blew by him, and Miller's still losing a ton of time. Wondering if maybe he's trying to save as much fuel as he can here.
Wellman right now showed in 19th place, and he did take tires there.
Go back up to the race lead. It is Chris Carroll. Gap now 1.5 seconds over Bumgarner. Then back to Taylor Butcher Benjamin, who's side by side with Aaron Bockover.
And Sam, looking at Gary Miller, he did not take tires when he pitted, just fuel only.
So there's a lot of different strategies being played right now, for sure, here at Dover. I don't know if Carroll went back to save it or not. With the gap shrinking the way it is, I'd have to say he might be a little bit.
Yeah, Chris Carroll right now just a hair over 1 second lead over Michael Bumgarner. And Taylor Butcher Benjamin back there too, running into third place, just making his way around the 33 car.
That'd be John Perkins, currently scored 1 lap down in 19th.
Sorry, Sam. I had to take a drink, Sam. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So we got a battle going on back here. I was trying to find, there it is, Cody Gibson. He's got Paul Ellison behind him now. Cody Gibson last pit on lap 166. he was involved in that one accident, but up here in the top 5.
That was in Cody Gibson early in the race, dominating. Got back in way back there in mid-pack, and now he's back up here showing in the 5th place position. Right now, Sam, we got 16 drivers that's on the lead lap. And with Brian Zimmerman, I think it's showing as the last one on the lead lap.
That it is. It is now showing Brian Zimmerman.
Oh, Chris Legoo up into the wall. Kept a hold of it and got it down to the bottom. About took out the 32 car. Wow.
Let's see if I can get a replay on it here, Terry. He might have had a little help there, Terry, by the 76 of Rick Thompson. They came off the corner, and it looked like Thompson might have ran him out of room just a little bit.
Yeah, I was just happening to clicking through, and I seen that. I was like, whoa.
We go back up to the race lead. It's still Chris Carroll, but the gap has shrunk to 0.3 seconds. How about this? Someone we haven't mentioned all night long up there inside the top 5, the 32 of Andy Poliski.
Yeah, like I say in our Monday night show, I can't remember what the name of it is now, but anyway, I talk about Poliski a lot. I like Andy Poliski as a driver. He does great things on the track every week. He's kind of, I don't want to say a dark horse, but he's really quiet until he's there when you least expect it.
And he's showing that here tonight. Lap 184 of 240, and Andy Poliski runs in 3rd.
Shop talk. That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
there you go, Terry. You know, I was gonna give you crap about it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I figured you'd come up with it here eventually.
Yeah, shop talk every Monday night after a race at 8 o'clock. You can find it on Facebook. We talk about the night before and all kinds of stuff. So join the TNA Motorsports drivers and me as we do track talk on Monday nights.
New race leader Michael Bumgarner gets around Chris Carroll here on lap 186. So let's go ahead and go back on board with Chris Carroll. Let's listen and see if Carroll's saving any fuel. Woo-hoo-hoo. We rode on board with that one, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Zimmerman got into the outside wall, and Chris Carroll about got into the back of him. Doesn't sound like Carroll's saving any fuel, though, Terry.
Well, I don't think these guys going to start saving. I think some of them still got tires in their bank. So, I mean, we ain't got but, 40, 54 laps, 55 laps somewhere in there to go.
And it's still a long way to go. We're going to at least see one more pit stop out of these drivers before the night's over. And the question is who's going to prevail here at Dover?
So I'm watching right behind 97 of Baumgartner. We got the 44 of Backover and a 42 of Wellman. Both of those, that is for position, 16th and 17th behind Baumgartner. 44 is not laying down, and the 42 is being aggressive.
Well, the thing is, Terry, not only is that for position, that's also for the lucky dog spot, and they're both trying to get their laps back right now around the 97.
Yeah, trying to do it the hard way. Oh, wow, Backover really close to the back of that 97.
Yeah, Wellman close up to the back of the 44, and now Backover to the inside of the 97. Ew, oh, man. That looked like a chop there by the 97. I don't think Backover is going to be too happy about that one. You see him all over the back bumper. Going to look again into 3 and 4. Now it looks like the 97 is just going to go ahead and let him go by.
Maybe the 97 just realized, man, those guys are lapped down. I'll just let them go, let them fight it out. So both Wellman and the Backover has gotten their lap back the hard way. Baumgartner's still out every bit of a second and a half over Chris Carroll right now, and a little about 7 seconds over third place Andy Poliski.
Still watching this battle right here between Aaron Backover and Wellman. So both of them got around Bumgarner, so that puts Brian Zimmerman back to the first car 1 lap down.
That 97 man has nobody to compete with him. Maybe that's why he let the other 2 guys go. Michael Bumgarner is still showing as our race leader. I'm gonna kind of look around, Sam, see if we can find some racing.
Got Chris Carroll running in second, Cody Gibson in third. And with 48 laps to go, we know these drivers can do about 40 laps on fuel, roughly. So the question is, when do you come down pit road? When do you come down and take that last set of tires?
Well, these guys know now how far they can push these things, clutching it, and hopefully saving some of that gas. I just jumped on Jamie Walker's car at 88 there. He's behind Alberico in the 83, not pushing the issue, trying to get around the 83.
The biggest thing, Terry, is you don't want to come down too early. You don't want to waste your tires and not have tires to race at the end of the race. But you don't want to come down too late because you won't have enough time to catch up to guys on them fresher tires.
Yeah, you're absolutely going to need tires at the end of this thing. I believe everybody's got a set hidden somewhere.
I know Chris Carroll was worried about that one. Rick Thompson made contact with the outside wall coming off turn 2, and Carroll had to go ahead and pull it down the racetrack to avoid him.
Rick Thompson in that 76. He's already, I'm trying to find him on he's already 4 laps down. He doesn't want to go another one down.
So we go back to about 9th position. We got Mark Arthur kind of all by himself. He's got Ty Morosco behind him. Him and his teammate Taylor Butcher Benjamin are duking it out for the 10th position right here.
And 2 cars back behind him is the 17 of Brian D's teammate, trying to find Dalton Kilroe back up there in 6th place. You've seen him have some trouble a little while back, and he's finally able to capitalize on some of that and get his time back in his spots. He's working around the lap car, the 21 of Brian Zimmerman.
And Dalton having a good run out here. And again, we said it at the beginning of the race, right, Terry? That 41 been consistent. He's had a couple of bad races, but they necessarily weren't all that bad.
No, not at all, not at all. So now he's trying to catch up to the 32 lap car of Andy Poliski.
32's in 5th place.
Oh,
Terry.
yeah, he is in 5th place. I'm sorry. I really need to pay attention to this race.
Ooh, look at this battle going on up here. Bumgarner got his work cut out for him. He's got a whole slew of lap cars in front of him. As you see, Wildman Wellman, he's trying to stay on the lead lap. Now trying to work his way around Chris Legou in the number 71. And we're going to be 3 wide coming off the corner. Michael Bumgarner taking a risky move around lap cars, in my opinion. Oh, Wellman gets into the back of him.
Michael Bumgarner actually touched the 42, got him loose. And now he's calling out the 42 car.
I mean, he can't be mad at the 42. The 42 is trying to stay on the lead lap. I mean, that's a product of racing right there, man. The lap cars ain't just going to get out of your way.
As he's got a slew of them in front of him. Now he's got the 33 to contend with, and John Perkins.
We got 40 laps to go, now 39. I think, I tell you what, if Carroll was smart, he'd probably try to come down before that 97 car.
We got a bunch of people about ready to start pitting. As the 97 is actually trying to run down the 44 car of Bockover.
Well, Bockover into the outside wall. 97's going to take a peek to the inside, come up, almost make contact with the 44. Again, Bockover on the lead lap. Not going to give it up that easily.
No, definitely not.
And you can't blame these guys, right? I mean, the second that 97 car gets around them and a caution flag flies, now they're the lucky dog position. Now they have to go around and they can't pit with everybody else. So I understand these guys racing hard for that, especially when you got other guys behind you racing for position.
Right now, we're showing 10 cars in the lead lap. Aaron Bockover being the first car 1 lap down. Mike Hamlin showing the last car on the lead lap. But we got Chris Carroll that actually just called out of his pit. I'm going to stay on Michael Bumgarner and see what he... Actually, I'm going to go to Chris Carroll and see what he does with tires.
So I just want to point out there, you just said Chris Carroll called out his pit. Well, he called it out after the 97 was past pit road. Just want to point that out there.
Think a little strategy going there or something?
It might have been just, you know, Carroll letting them know, hey, I'm pitting, but wanted to make sure that Bumgarner was still out on the track, because now Carroll is going to be able to go on pit road and try and short pit that 97.
Carroll nice and easy into his pit box. Looks like the car is going up in the air.
So Bumgarner still out on the racetrack.
Carroll four fresh tires, tank of fuel. I bet he's going to try to go all the way here, Sam, at lap 205, but you got to get to 240.
I think Carroll can make it.
Sam, somebody we've talked about a little bit here is Corey Rootford in the 5. He just called out his pits. I'm going to stay on top of that 5 car. I want to see if he's got this strategy figured out. Mark Arthur sideways coming into the pit behind him.
Bumgarner bringing it on pit road. 34 laps to go. He's coming in behind Mike Hamlin. Had to lock up the brakes to get it slowed down.
Corey Rutherford is taking tires, so he had a set left in the bank. 97 car, as you said, is coming down. That led Derek Paulson the lead as he entered pit lane there. 97, 35 mile an hour down pit lane for that 97 car.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Terry. Bockover last pit on lap 172. He's going to have to come down pit road again as well, but he's sitting there in 4th. Maybe hoping for a late race caution right here.
Michael Bumgarner car up in the air, getting fresh tires, getting that full tank of fuel. I think Bumgarner, the way these guys been saving fuel, I think he'll be okay at the end of this. That's him in the 23 race off the pit lane there.
And here comes Chris Carroll to the outside. Oh, I don't think he was able to get there. Oh, man. That was close. That was really close. He's got to run here. Down in front straightaway. He's going to take a peek to the inside. He's got a teammate in front of him, too, Terry. That 4 car of Tanner Marr. They're going to make contact coming off turn 2, it looks like.
Tanner Marr may be the deciding factor out of these two.
And
99 using the 4 as a pick.
And then 97 tries to cross him back over here. Not quite able to get there. He does have a little bit fresher tires, but it's only, I think, about a lap or 2 difference.
I just happen to notice Aaron Bockover is our race leader. 5 points goes out to that 44 car for leading the lap.
And we got 30 laps to go. And with the way these guys are racing, we might get a yellow here. Never know. Bockover could get lucky.
Slightly. Oh, a little sideways out of the back of the 97 as he barely touched the 99 at Carroll.
These guys are racing hard. This is probably it. I mean, whoever can stay out in the... Oh, contact again between
Big
these guys.
Shove.
I mean, the 97's got to realize, Terry, if he's going to do that to Carroll and he gets around him, the 99's got every right to do it right back.
Absolutely. I seen Mike Hamlin come to the picture there just for as brief there he is again. That 23 is running these guys down as they keep messing around. I think a lot of these guys are going to catch up to him.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Hamlin currently showed 1 lap down right now as we're side by side for the race lead out of turn 2. Coming up on the lap car of John Perkins. So Mike Hamlin's going to be trying to get his lap back as well. What are they going to do getting around Perkins here? Perkins goes down, gets in front of Carroll.
Whoa, big, oh, wow.
I mean,
So
there's nothing you can do there.
Chris Carroll showed his displeasure, man. He hollered, really? Oh, there we go again.
I mean, again, Chris Carroll has the right to be a little frustrated, but to be honest, I don't think he has that much right to be frustrated. I mean, Perkins has to be out there too.
Well, you know what it's like, Sam, running up front, and you got lap traffic you got to deal with. You're hoping they go one way, then they go another. But I believe that's what was going on in their mind.
Doesn't
but
matter.
you're absolutely right. Every one of these drivers out here have that right to be on this track.
We got 25 laps to go. It's about to be 24. Bumgarner now out to a 2-second lead. And unless we get a late race caution, I mean, that's going to be really tough for Carroll to close that gap back.
Well, one maybe a good thing for Carroll with Michael. Michael had to use his stuff to get around Carroll. So with any luck for Carroll, Bumgarner burn up some of his stuff early, and maybe Carroll can come back and capitalize somewhere.
Well, last time by, Carroll was just a touch quicker. We're going to take a look at lap times this time by.
And we got a race back here also for third place with Dakota Todd and Cody Gibson.
And how about Cody Gibson, man? He was involved in that accident earlier in the race. He has bounced back to third position. Unbelievable.
And behind those two guys, we still have Andy Poliski running in fifth place. Awesome run out of that car.
Terry, I don't know if maybe you can get a hold of the hammer and see what happened, but it looks like that Jamie Walker and Mark Arthur both might have gotten speeding on pit road.
Oh, okay. I will run down and talk to him.
I just happened to look at timing and scoring and notice that Jamie Walker is sitting back in 20th position with Mark Arthur in 22nd. Both of those drivers currently being scored 2 laps down.
Well, let's go talk to the hammer real quick. I'll be right back.
$20 laps to go for the number 97 of Bumgarner. He's pulled out on Chris Carroll to about 3.5 seconds. He's running, wow, almost 0.5 faster than the number 99 right now. Yeah, he's still about 0.3 faster in second place right now. Chris Carroll's about, as I said, 0.3 slower. Right now, 12 drivers being shown on the lead lap. Mike Hamlin trying to get around Chris Carroll so he can try and run down Bumgarner and get his lap back. Hamlin being shown 1 lap down in the 13th position, but Kyle Wellman is the last car in the lead lap.
Oh, Sam, the hammer. You are absolutely right. Mark and Jamie both, the 12 and the 88, did get caught for speeding in pit lane.
So that quickly is how it can happen. Well, I do want to point out that, Terry, that Bumgarner, he's gotten out to a 3.2 lead. Or 3.7 second lead, sorry. And he's starting to catch some lap traffic again here. That's Larry Bell and Kyle Wellman, 17 laps to go.
Yeah, he's going to try to make quick work out of the 43 and the 42. But with him, those two guys in front of him, that's going to help Carroll maybe a little.
Well, the biggest thing, Terry, is we already saw that the 42 wasn't very happy with the 97 earlier. And now he's also, again, he's the last car in the lead lap. He's going to fight to stay there, man, and he has every right to do so, in my opinion.
Now we've seen the 97 actually
a little
tag
bit of contact there, 42. Yep, he's not going to give it up easy. He's going to race the heck out of him. Sorry to walk over you there, Terry, but they did make contact coming off of 4.
And they done it again right there, coming off 2. Will the 42 retaliate? Say, man, what are you doing? I just want to race.
42 did kind of come down the track and block him there off of turn 2 the first time. That did slow up the 97 enough for Carroll to gain about a second on him, but I don't think it's going to be enough here with 14 laps to go unless we get a late race caution.
Which, hey, it's Dover. Anything's possible.
Looks like Carroll might have just a little bit of right front damage. That 99 might have just scraped the wall a little bit. We know it's easy to do coming off the corners here.
Yeah, scraping them and hitting them is totally different.
Got a whole line of cars back here. Derek Paulson back here in 5th. It's got Philip Van Vliet and Tanner Marr in front of him.
Just kind of looking back, I seen Tanner Benjamin running into the 9th spot. Good run out of that 10 car tonight. Still showing on the lead lap with Ty Morosco teammate and Brian D's teammate right behind him, and Dalton Kilmer right in front of him. So these guys are running 8, 9, 10, and 11th out of the MFRD camp.
Well, the 17 of Brian Dees is currently being shown as the last car on the lead lap, and Bumgarner is catching him.
We know Brian Dees. We know he can race. We've been in cars or tracks with him before. So Brian Dees is overdue on winning a race, or at least being up front for a whole race.
So we got 10 laps to go here at Dover. And Bumgarner extended the gap out to, good God, almost 4.5 seconds. So coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be 8 laps to go here, and Carroll's about 5 seconds back there. I don't see him catching him.
Again, we're going to have a late race caution for anything to happen, and I'm sure Michael Bumgarner, that's the last thing at 97 wants to see, especially with Chris Carroll. I believe, no, Chris Carroll's actually on older tires than what Bumgarner is, only by 3 laps, but still 3 laps, and Bumgarner's had to work around people. Not being able to stay in his own line. Don't forget, everybody, we are off next week for Easter. Happy Easter from TSP. But the following week, we'll be at Watkins Glen. Again, left and rights next 2 weeks. Please join us.
And also make sure you guys go follow Savage Edge Gaming on Twitch and YouTube, and TNA Motorsports on Facebook for tomorrow night's episode of Shop Talk.
Give a big shout out to some of our sponsors: Southern Shores Realty, Rick Thompson, Butt Kicker, Mullet Music Productions, CGR Graphics, Priority Auto, Savage Edge, of course, and MF Racing Design. We want to thank everybody out there that looks into them, uses them. Because of them, we can put this stuff on for you guys. As 97 just worked his way around the 71 of Chris Legg. He's gonna hate me tomorrow.
At turn number 4, going to be 4 laps to go for the number 97. Starting to catch up to the number 1 of Tom Morosco. Morosco currently shown on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap.
So, Sam, on your relative, you know how far that second place car is behind you. He's well over 6 seconds over Chris Carroll. Would you chance it and just keep going like you're going?
It looks like that's what he's going to do. As the gap just shrunk immensely there. Went from almost 6.5 seconds down to 6.1. And now it's going back up. That was really weird.
Tom Roscoe not giving it. Whoa, man.
He's blocking him. And again, I mean, Maraska has the right to do that. 3 laps to go, a caution can come out. You don't want to be a lap down. He's going to go back to the inside.
Oh, you don't want to go that far.
Well, he kind of got ran out of track a little bit there. I mean, he wasn't quite there, but he was close.
Trying a little bit before he gets up to Taylor Butcher Benjamin in that 10 car. Maybe not be able to catch Taylor now with what, only a lap to go.
Well, it doesn't matter here because it's white flag in the air, presented by Priority Auto.
Comes off turn 2, comes down the back stretch there. Nobody to contend with as he drops down to below, down on the bottom of the track. Stays down there as he comes out, and call it, Sam.
That at turn number 4 across the line for the 97. Gonna take home the race win.
I didn't realize he was that close, buddy. So tonight's winner of 97, Michael Bumgarner, Chris Carroll running second. Cody Gibson, after having a real big struggle early on, comes back and takes a 3rd place.
Michael Bumgarner burning it down here. Chris Carroll coming home second. Cody Gibson, after a hard race, he comes home 3rd. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And when we come back, post-race interview, stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
And we're back live here on True Sim Productions, and I do believe Terry is catching up with our 3rd place finisher right now.
Cody Gibson, Terry and Sam got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy, hell of a run out of that 7 tonight, man. So watching you all night, looks like you got caught up in some stuff. You put you in mid-pack, maybe even a little further back, but you came back through and get a 3rd place. Walk us through some of this race tonight.
Oh, man. I'd guide the wheels off this thing to get back up there, but it was a blast.
Oh, you caught me stretching. I thought you was going to talk longer than that. So you got me off guard, man, because you stopped so soon. Awesome job out of the 7. Again, I just said that once, but coming back up through the pack, how was it for you?
Well, I knew like a bunch of people didn't take tires, and I was on fresh tires, and I knew I was going to be a whole lot faster than them. Then, you know, them also battling for position kind of throws a wrench and everything. But, I mean, there was a lot of give and take. People moving up to the high side, noticing people have new tires. But it was kind of a headache when, you know, two cars are battling side by side. And, I mean, you know you can pass them easily, but you got to kind of, you know, keep your head on straight.
So how was the passing out there tonight? Was it easy? Did you have to pick your time? Was it challenging to try to pass?
I mean, it was kind of challenging, especially when they're battling side by side. I mean, you could easily take them 3 wide, but you're putting yourself in a bad position. I picked my time coming off the corners, not really going in.
Okay. Well, again, man, great job out of that 7. Put you in 3rd place tonight. Congratulations again. Who do you got on the car you want to thank tonight?
I mean, thank everything y'all do up there, Salvage Edge Racing, and all the sponsors.
All right, buddy. Well, we appreciate it. We'll get you back down there. Congratulations. See you in a couple weeks. We're off next week for Easter. Happy Easter, and we'll see you at Watkins Glen.
Thanks, guys. You too. Appreciate it.
That was 3rd place finisher Cody Gibson, and Terry, unfortunately, 2nd and 1st don't want to show up for the interviews, so we're just going to go ahead and cut it after that. Congratulations to Cody Gibson getting 3rd. Michael Bumgarner is going to be your race winner, and Chris Carroll in 2nd. And Terry, do you got any final thoughts before we shut her down for the evening?
Other than happy Easter, everybody, for next week. And again, please come back on the 16th as we head to the Glen.
Yep, and there you have it, everybody. That was 240 long laps. Only looks like 9 cars finishing on the lead lap. Michael Bumgarner taking home the race win. Chris Carroll in 2nd. Cody Gibson 3rd. And that's going to do it for Terry and I. Remember, Shop Talk tomorrow night on Facebook, TNA Motorsports Facebook page, and Savage Edge Gaming on Twitch and YouTube. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, everybody. It was a long race, a long, hard-fought race for a lot of drivers here. Everybody doing the best they can to try and get the best finish they can, but a great race overall. Other than that, we'll see you in the next one. Happy Easter, everybody. And, yeah, we'll see you at the Glen.